Hey, hey, hey. Guess who's back? I think I'm back. I don't know. I can't tell if I'm back. So, anyway, I thought I'd pop on here tonight as I usually do when I don't go live for a little while. Hello, Matt, if you're still in here. Hello, TJ, and hello, Elizabeth. I hope you are all well. And by the way, I mean that sincerely. I don't mean that as a sarcastic bitch. You know how you get some people on panel who go, "Oh, so good to see you." And it's not. But I'm genuine when I say it's good to see people. But anywho, tonight is going to be, like I said, a catch up, shoot the breeze, as they say, which is probably not a good thing to say, but it happens. But I wanted to get on here because, like I said, it has been 2 weeks. In some cases, some people might say it's been a fortnight. And the panel will be open for people to join me in a little bit if there are people who wish to. Please don't feel like you're obligated to do so. Please feel free to talk about, well, I want to say open discussion, but I do have certain things that we cannot talk about on my channel, and that's just a YouTube guideline, and plus it's out of respect for people that I generally care about too. So please be nice in chat. So I hope, okay, sorry, I've got to enlarge chat a little bit. I hope that there are going to be people that would like to join me on panel. Hey, Matty boy, Matt. I've missed you, Matt. And I've missed you, Bubsy. And I've missed you, Elizabeth, even though I was just talking to you before I went live. I've missed you all so much. So hopefully, if I open up the panel, people are welcome to come up and talk. All I continue to say is, and I'll continue to say while I'm on my panel, and I have my own channel, please be respectful to people in chat. And please, under no circumstances, bully anyone who is on my panel at any given time, because it's not easy to get up and talk on a panel and tell a story or tell your opinion on something, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and I will not tolerate, if there is anyone that's going to be disrespectful, I'm sorry, but you will be timed out. And if you continue to be an asshat, as I say, you will be removed for a month. I just got to remember how to unremove. So you probably be permanently blocked. If you see anything in my chat that you find that I'm not paying attention to or anything like that, please feel free to let me know somehow. And my mods have control over what goes on in my chat. Matt is a champion at getting rid of the porn links that come up, so I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you. Bubsy and Elizabeth and other mods in general, you guys are awesome too, so don't worry. I know that I'm very, very lucky to have the channel. I'm nearly at 600 subs, guys, so thumbs up for that. I'm excited. And I'm hoping by, who knows, by this time next year, I might even have my 1,000 subs, so I can become monetized, and I will consider that very highly. If not, I will continue, which might sound horrible, but I'll continue dropping my PayPal link into my description, so that way I can continue doing this, and hopefully if I start making a steady income with this sort of things through PayPal or through whatever it may be, I can start doing StreamYard where I'm able to do more creative things with my channel, because when you've got the basic StreamYard, as far as I'm aware, you can't do that shit. So I'm hoping that I can do that. If not, sorry, I'm going to quickly read chat because I believe I'm missing things. Oh, I haven't missed it. Oh, yes, I have. Shit, I've missed quite a bit. Sorry. Hey, Andy. But like I said, if there's anyone that does want to come up here, please feel free. All I ask is that the people that are on panel, please be respectful to chat, I should say. And people that are in chat, please be respectful to the people on panel. I don't give a shit how you treat me. All I say is treat my guests with respect. I'll actually drop the link now for people to come up. But just like I said, just remember though, if you're going to come up here, Don't be a dick. But if you're going to be a dick, then, or rude, I'm just letting you guys know, and it sounds probably stupid. I will have this new rule that if you're going to be rude on my panel, I will drop you down. That's as simple as that. And if you're going to be rude on panel or polite in panel, on panel, and then rude in chat, then we're going to have a few little hiccups along the way. It does happen. But tonight also, I should have put this in the warnings, but I forgot to. I will be touching a little bit on the Jeffrey Dahmer, and there's a few things about him that I don't get. I might do a live about him later down the track instead of tonight, so then that way I could put the trigger warnings in chat and all the rest of that in the description. But let's just say that Jeffrey Dahmer, what a fucking psycho! Like, my God. Like my brother, well, Andy, he's in chat now. He actually said, "Oh, watch this. It's really good." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I actually had just finished watching an interview with him, with this Jeffrey Dahmer character. And the thing is, though, then I watched the first episode of the special that's on Netflix, and then I watched the last episode. Now, for those who are wondering why would you do that, that's just pointless. The point is because Netflix here in Australia, and I'm sure it's the same worldwide that have Netflix, they have a habit of putting on, say, one season of something or half a season of something, then they don't show the rest. So I would rather know basically the beginning of it, the middle of it, and the end. And the end episode of Diamond, or whatever his name is, Jeffrey, my God, that was so fucking awesome. It sounds really bad, but it was cool. Yeah, but like I said, I've dropped the link, so if anyone wants to, I think I have anyway. Have I? I don't know. I can't tell. Oh my God, I suck at this. Zooming in and stuff is really bad. If anyone, yes, I have dropped the link for StreamYard. So if anyone would like to come up here and talk anything true crime about any case in particular, that's the thing about having a channel where you don't center on one case. You can talk about absolutely any case and it's fine. So I'm going to do a quick 10-second introduction and then I can quickly go grab a drink and stuff. So I can't find where to put it. I can't find it. This is really bad. Oh, okay. I think nope, that's not it. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to do something here. I don't know what I'm looking for. I think that might be it. Nope. Oh, well, doesn't matter. I'll be back in a minute, guys. I'm going to put myself on mute. If anyone comes up on panel, wants to, please feel free to find the link. Hey, Melody. Please feel free. Matt, I would love to have you up here because, everyone loves a spunk. Honey, a good-looking guy. Sorry, I've got to stop saying spunk. Okay, I'll be back in a minute, guys. Okay, I'm back. I figured out that I had a bottle of water next to me, so I didn't need to go do that. Anywho, so like I said, if anyone wants to come up, please feel free. It doesn't matter who it is, but just please, as I keep on drumming in, and I'm sorry to keep saying it, if you want to talk about a particular case, feel free. And like I said, that's the beauty of me not talking about one set case each time I go live, because then I leave it up to my chat. If they want to talk about a particular crime and discuss it, they can. And they don't feel like they're taking me off the topic I want to talk about. So I leave that up to, my subscribers that, like I said, if they want to talk about it, they can. If they don't, then obviously it doesn't get discussed. But everyone is welcome on my panel. If there's someone, mind you, that is backstage that I don't want there, then they're gone. See you later. Out the door. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you on the... Oh, just hit you in the ass on the way out. What a shame. So yeah, it's open panel tonight as usual. If you wish to donate to my PayPal, the link's in the description. Please let you know, and just be aware that if you do happen to donate to my PayPal at any given time, out of respect for you and out of respect for your YouTube experience in general, not just on my channel, I try my hardest, or I have successfully done it so far, I believe. I don't mention who donates and how much they donate, because I see it as that is something that should remain confidential. I don't know if you go on to PayPal, I don't know if it comes up, but that's the only way that people can actually know if you've donated. So, all being well, it should be good. Um, yeah, like I said, I try and keep it like for an open discussion for people to talk about whatever they want to talk about, and no one's backstage, and that's fine. Just want to make sure I didn't miss hearing the beep. Hang on, so I got to zoom in on chat at times. Welcome to everybody. Yes. Oh, thanks for the hearts, Elizabeth. That was very sweet of you, darling. Thank you. Matt, are you free to come up, Dom? If not, it's cool. Or if anyone wants to come up, like I said, it's open panel, guys. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. And I think it's good to be able to do a channel where the subscribers can choose the narrative, so to speak, because there will be times when I get back into talking true crime and stuff, and I'll be talking about a certain case, and I probably get too carried away with it, like I usually do. And yeah, oh, shit, my alarm is going nuts at me for some reason. Go away, alarm! I didn't even set you, stupid thing. But like I said, it's all good. But how has everybody's weekend been thus far? I hope everyone's had a nice one. It's my mum's birthday tomorrow, and I'm hoping that everything goes to plan the way I want it to, so I could go see her. But if it doesn't, then I'll have to wait till I see her the following week, which is going to be a pain in the ass, and I'll never hear the fucking end of it. Okay. Yes, I have a new housing situation. I have a new housing manager, which is cool. Can't talk about that. Whoopsies. But yeah, no, things are going well for me in general. Like my eyes are still effed up, but my hands are on the mend, which is awesome. I'm actually able to do a few things I couldn't do before, and it's helping a lot. I had this really bad pain in my left leg a while ago, and it was just like a constant heat pain, and that's gone. So like, woohoo! Everything's coming up roses, so to speak. Even though I don't think roses are the great. Like, how's that though? That's the number one flower for Valentine's Day are roses. I'm not a fan of flowers, like at all. If someone shows me something, for example, someone shows me a picture, like I absolutely love, and I mean I absolutely love dragonflies. Okay, and if someone shows me a picture of a dragonfly and it's on a flower, I'm thinking that picture looks so much more beautiful. It didn't have the fucking flower. That's weird. Maybe because I've never been given flowers or sent flowers. Oh, actually, I take that back. My former best friend sent me flowers for my birthday, and he's a florist, so they were nice to get. And yeah, anybody want to come up here and keep me company? I'm really sort of. Oh god, I can't even do this now. I can't even remember how to fucking do shit these days. In case anyone missed the link before, there it is again. Don't feel pressured. It's open panel. We can talk about whatever. If you need to change your name at any point to be on panel, that's fine too. because I'm not going to have people come up here and, feel uncomfortable. I want people to feel comfortable on my panels. Panel. I only have one channel. So I only have one panel. I haven't got really that much to talk about, guys. So this might be a very, very short live. But no, for those who have ideas of stuff, like it's very hard to have a channel because, you've got to make sure you keep your like for me, I keep my camera off the whole time. I allow people up here to talk about whatever they want. But at the same time, I've got to make sure that, they're not going to talk about something that, everybody out there has triggers, and I've got to try and make sure that I'm not triggering anybody who's in chat or anyone that's going to be on panel. I try my hardest. Like if I stay quiet because someone's having a go at another person on panel, I stay quiet because I want that person to have the opportunity to defend themselves. It's not up to me to defend every single time. You know what I mean? Like I will do my best to, but it's at times it's very, very difficult because, I get a little bit overwhelmed. So, like I said, I want people to feel safe in my chats. Oh, someone is backstage. Shit, I didn't even see that. Sorry. Hello.
Oh, I see. I've been away and you've forgotten all about me.
I can't hear you properly, honey.
Can you hear me now?
Hang on, let me just check something.
Yeah,
Gotta make sure it's not my end. No, all my volumes are up. I can't hear you properly.
Why are your volumes? Why is my volumes down? My volume's not down.
I can't hear you properly.
Oh.
Would you be able to pop down, pop back up?
I might not come back, that's the problem.
Oh, okay, we'll continue talking. I can just hear you. Is
Can
your
the chat
volume on
hear me?
your...
Right, Melody can hear me.
Yeah, I can just hear you.
Melody, can you hear me normally?
Yeah, can chat hear TJ?
Elizabeth can hear me
great. Is your volume
great.
up on your end, doll?
Yes. I've literally just come from another
I don't know what's
screen,
going on there because it's very quiet on my end when you're talking. I can just hear you.
That's because I'm quiet and retiring. I'm a quiet, shy person, Tammy.
Yeah, you can hear me. Melody, can you guys hear TJ clearly?
Yeah, Melody can hear me.
It might be my end.
Can you hear
do you
me
mind
now?
if I pop down and then pop back up?
Bye, whatever. It's your channel. Off you go. Bye.
All right, I'll be back in a sec.
Hello, everybody. Pleased to meet you. That's one of my new puppets, Elizabeth. No, it's not new, but I'm rotating my puppets.
Try now.
Hello. Back.
I can hear you perfectly now, yes. How have you been?
I've been under the weather, but I'm back at work, so that's why I've not been able to catch many people's streams anymore.
Oh, no, that's cool. I haven't been live for 2 weeks. How is work going?
Oh, it's all right. It's one of those. Still got to wear a mask in work. Still got to put squidgy stuff on my hands.
Oh, I used to love the smell of that. Then COVID hit. Now I can't stand it. That's very weird.
See, some of them smelled all right, but some of them knocked you out when you squirted it on your hands.
Yeah, because they were so overpowering. It was just like, whoa.
It's like dipping your hands in a bottle.
Yeah, I used to love the Dettol one, and it was really good. And then like after having to use it for nearly every time you touch something, out comes the sanitizer. Anytime you're on a bus, sanitizer. It's just like, yeah, it smells just like ugh.
Yeah, no, it's not good. Dries your hands out as well.
Yes, I noticed that there's this one. I think it's like called like I don't want to say the wrong name in case I say it's something else, but I used this one that came in like a large bottle, and I had to actually go wash my hands afterwards because of the fact that it was making my hands itch. And people say if it's your right hand, you're coming into money. If it's your left hand, money's going out. And I'm like, well, what the hell does it mean when it's simultaneously they're both itchy at the same time?
Means you're skint, so you can't give out and you can't receive.
Well, I hardly ever receive, so
Means your
um,
bank account's in the red.
true. You're about to face bankruptcy, Tammy. You need to do more better content. I'm like, no. Well, for what it's worth, my PayPal's empty, so that might be what it is. But it's just
Oh.
no, it's just annoying though because of the fact, like I said, it's just like all this stuff going on with COVID. They're now saying there's going to be like a fifth booster shot, and it's
Yeah,
like, really?
they're doing that here as well. I've had about 7 texts inviting me in for my winter shot. No, behave.
It's just it's getting worse. It's like, okay, first of all, it's we all know, it started off with 2 injections and you're fine. Then
Yep.
the first booster, then the second, third, and now then the fourth, now the fifth. It's just like, when is enough? I hate needles. I do not like them at all. I get the flu shot every winter and I'm fine. I have not had COVID yet. I'm very, very fortunate. And it's just like going to the doctor's surgery and you have to wear those stupid masks and like I'm thinking to myself, I have really, when I go to the doctor's surgery, it's normally towards the end of the day. And my breath doesn't necessarily smell like a fucking freshly opened pack of mints, you know? It's like, oh, I'm going to pass out with the smell of my own breath in a minute. And my doctor's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I can smell my own breath. It's really bad. And he goes, well, here's a mint. I'm like, that's not going to fucking help. Nothing's going to fucking help. Just let me go home. But it's horrible because I hate wearing masks, especially when I'm trying to wear my glasses and then they fog up. So I'm taking off my glasses, cleaning like wiping the fog or the steam or whatever it is that ends up on the glasses
Right,
because of my breath. And,
right. You know the glasses thing. You've got to wear the mask where the metal piece is under the bridge of your glasses, and it
yeah, I
doesn't.
do that. They still steam or fog up, and I'm just thinking, man, is my mind really that dirty, or is it my because anytime I see steamed, if I'm in someone's car and their windows are steaming up because they got their heater on and it's cold outside, I'm like, I'm not thinking fucking dirty. Why are the windows steaming up? I'm not doing anything dirty. Horrible, but no, I'm not a fan of wearing masks.
I have to wear glasses all the time, so my glasses don't steam up because you literally got to bend that metal thing to fit your face and put it underneath your glasses, and it doesn't steam up my
Well,
glasses.
I have one of those cloth masks that I bought. My brother bought me this black sequiny one, and that's funny when you go into a doctor's surgery or an eye clinic, they're like, no, and I can't wear my glasses because they're not helping me be able to see clearly. So I'm there like walking around, everything's like a fog to me, and it's freaking horrible. But no, my hands are getting better, so that's all I'm focusing on at the moment. Then I'll focus on my eyes afterwards. It's just annoying.
One step at a time, Tammy. One step at a time.
Yeah, no, it depresses me a great deal. Like I'm on my antidepressants, and it's funny. I'll take them at night, and it's funny. I'll take them with water. I don't sleep. I take them without water, and I sleep like a baby until people decide to ring me at 3 o'clock in the morning and decide times for a chat. It's like no, no one ring me at 3 a.m. please.
You know your phone has a silent option, don't you?
Yes, I do, but then I'm scared that not scared. I'm worried that if I do put the silent feature on and then something happens to my brother or to my mum and I miss that call, I'll
Oh
be the
right. Well,
biggest loser in the family. So,
my phone's got a feature on it that if the same number rings 3 times in a row,
yep.
it'll ring through when it's on silent.
Is that an iPhone by any chance?
No, it's a
Oh,
Howie.
those phones suck. Sorry, no offense, but I had one of those once and it was like I'd charge it fully, and by the time I'd get from my front door to my bus stop, it would be on 50%, and I wouldn't even touch it.
That's
And I
because
was
you had
like,
everything active on it. My phone is P30 Pro. I take
oh,
photographs and videos on it all day long for 3 days, and it's still got battery on it.
oh, that's all right. I had one of the first ones that came out, so that's probably why.
So
Testing the water.
if you take off the location and you take off your data, if you turn them all off, then your battery lasts a long time on it.
I might have to
It does
start
on my
doing that.
phone. It does on my phone. I don't have my data on. I don't have my location on. I don't have my Bluetooth on. I don't have half my apps open, and my battery literally lasts for 2.5, 3 days.
Yeah,
And I use mine to do my videos. So I'm
you.
recording half an hour's worth of video walking around a park, and I've still got battery.
Oh, wicked. I might
Then I
actually.
can do all my editing as well on my phone.
Oh, cool. See, like, I find that amusing how, like, some people, like, with what your channel's about, I think it's interesting. And then when the other people, like I said, I leave the discussion up to the chat to decide what we talk about because I see it as that. At least then that's something that's going to keep that person interested. And it's not something that, because when you have a channel based on true crime, it's like, I might be interested in this, other people might not be. And then that way I don't get the, not being rude, I don't get the people watching. And it's just like, so from today on, I'm leaving lots of the discussions of the true crime sector up to my subscribers because they're the people that tune in. Like,
Yeah,
I don't rewatch my lives. I don't
yeah.
like the
No, I
sound
mean
of my own voice.
you can start off with a before you just said about Dharma. You can
Yeah,
start off with that, but somebody might come in and say, "Well, what about Nielsen? He was a freak of nature as well." And
yeah.
you can go from person to person to person. It's all talking about true crime.
That's exactly what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to have a few subscribers that, not necessarily to be disrespectful, but I'm hoping to have a few channel creators come up and talk about their channel and what got them into it and all that sort of stuff. So if you've got a few moments, we'll do that too. And also, I want to have a few people that have done the true crime side of things. Like, what was it that drew them into being confident enough to go forward with discussing theirs? Like me, when I discussed with my brother at one stage, I'm having a YouTube channel. I said, I want people to have freedom of speech when it comes to any kind of crime that's out there. Because even right down to the first person who's on the crime scene, they start off with a theory and those theories then become fact and those facts then become what they become. And I want people to feel as though that they can discuss those things when they're on my panel and not feel as though they're going to be victimized, because I will not tolerate that on my channel. That is the number one thing I will not tolerate. And it's very hard though, because with not being able to read chat as much as I used to be able to, it comes down to that I don't see what's going on in chat. So people will be there messaging me while I'm live and saying, oh, such and such is being rude. And I'll be like, well, you're a mod. Do something. If they're being rude and disrespectful, delete their comments. It's as simple as that. That's what my mods have the power to do. If you think it's disrespectful or showing me disrespect, you're a mod. You're not only here to look pretty, you're here to look after me while I'm on panel.
Yeah, well, while you're giving it what for? Yeah, I mean, it's well, you say that. I come on, and before you said you can come up if you, but don't be a dick. And I wrote in the chat, well, if I can't be one of those, I'm not coming up. But if you'd have read that, you'd have been okay with that.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that because I know your sense of humor and I love it.
But if, say, for example, Elizabeth had never seen me before in chat,
Yeah, she probably would have seen that and probably removed it. But I just see it as like it's very hard as well. Even when you are friends with people away from YouTube and stuff, it's very hard, especially when they write something that they might themselves think it's okay, but like you just said, if you wrote that, when you wrote that, people that don't know your sense of humor might take that as an offensive thing to say, and it's not in my mind, but they might think it is. So that's why it's very, very, very hard. That's why I always make sure that people that do come in here, if they do have an awesome sense of humour, such as yourself, they can have a wrench and they can type whatever the fuck they want. I don't care.
If you just turn my internet off. Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
I thought my internet went off and then must have gone off and come back on again.
Ooh, your internet's haunted.
I've got dodgy internet at the moment.
Oh. Okay. But no, it's like I said, it's very, very, very hard to have a channel and to come up with content. That's why a lot of the times I don't discuss true crime, because it's just hard to come up with different things. Because like I said, I don't listen to my previous lives unless somebody says that, oh, you need to go back into your last live. Something was said on your panel that you didn't pick up on, but you just let it go. So I'll be like, oh, okay, well, if you can figure out where it is, timestamp it and send it to me. I don't want to go through a 3.5 hour live and find out it's right at the last 10 seconds. Because again, I might not pick up on it. So, but I want people that don't have channels to feel free to come up here and voice their opinions and say what they want to say and not feel as though they're going to be bullied or anything, because that would not happen on my watch. So, all being well. And TJ's disappeared, and I didn't even realise. Sorry, I wasn't looking at my phone. I'm so sorry. See you, TJ. But as I was saying, I want people to feel free to talk on my panel and say whatever they want to say. If there's something they want to say about another creator, just be mindful that I'm nearly at 600 subs, which is so freaking cool. And I think, hang on. Oh, shit, I just do hello, everybody. I didn't want to do that. But like I said, if anybody wants to come up here, please feel free to. Feel free to. Oh, who's backstage? Is it TJ? No, it's Melody, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember to be respectful. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, yo. I'm sorry, I'm in a good mood today.
I was sitting backstage for a while.
I'm sorry. Because unless I hear the beep, I don't know who's backstage. How are you today?
I'm living.
That is the news, right? All right. So what have you been up to? Apart from living? Your dog does not like me. It's okay. Most dogs don't.
Lucky. Lucky.
You're with Amy.
Lucky. Relax.
Hello, Penny. Hello to Debbie. Sorry, there's a lot of people coming in and I haven't said hello to any of you. I'm so sorry. Hey, Sonia. If there's anyone else who wants to come up and join, Kitty Witty, hello. Matt, if you're still here, hello. Hello to everybody that's coming in. I appreciate it. TJ, thanks for being up here, sweetheart.
Stop, Lucky. Enough. Oh my goodness.
Your dog always barks even when I'm on the phone to you.
Oh my goodness. Something. Little bugger.
Okay, this is a trigger warning for anybody out there who does not want to hear about Jeffrey Dahmer. Please be understanding that if Melody is comfortable with it, we're going to be discussing it for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll change the subject again.
Yeah.
So just be a warning, there is, going to be Jeffrey Dahmer discussions at the moment. If you want to join us or you have a topic you would like to talk about, please find the link in chat. If you can't find it, let me know. And then I'll drop the link again, and anyone is welcome to come up and discuss whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people talking about Jeffrey Dahmer because they're like, oh yeah, I seen it on the Netflix. Oh, I seen this. Oh, I seen that.
I saw one of his interviews and he's a fucking psycho.
Yeah, he don't care.
Hey?
He don't care.
No, he don't care. I don't care. What? What's happening? Okay, I don't know what's going on, guys.
Sorry, I'm giving my dog a treat to keep him quiet.
Oh, okay. That's all good. Look at that rustling, man. Is there a glitch in the matrix? But no, but like, hang on, I know what I'll do. Something really, hang on. If there is anyone who would like to join us by talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, please feel free.
Or if there's
If you
or
don't,
anything else.
exactly. Because when I do my open panels,
There's
guys, it doesn't mean
be Jeffrey Dahmer if they want to talk about the Watts, even though a lot of people are talking about, or if they want to talk about John Bonet, or if they want to talk about.
It doesn't fade. Even if you just want to talk about your day, because you have no one to tell how your day was to, that's fine too. I don't want people to feel, as what I said to TJ, I want to try and recreate my channel in a sense where it's true crime discussions with Tammy. And when I put the with part, it means that you can discuss it with me. It doesn't mean because I'm going to bring up Jeffrey Dahmer, whoever pops up on panel next time has to talk about Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, I want to keep it as though, because you guys are my subscribers. You are the reason I have my channel. You guys are the reason that I could be successful at this, you know. So please feel free, you know, don't feel as though you have to show your face. If you want to change your name too, that's completely fine. I don't want anyone to feel as though that if I have a topic in mind that they can't change the narrative, because if you change the narrative, it might be on to a more nicer topic. It might be into something more gruesome. All I say is that if you're going to come up and talk about a particular case, you yourself have to give the trigger warning, because I'm not going to have a clue with what you're going to talk about. So if you're going to talk about the John Bonet and how she was found, all I ask is that you please add in the beginning, hey Tammy, and chat with what I'm, and viewers alike, with what I'm about to discuss, maybe triggering to some viewers. It contains the death of a child. And then that way I have an idea of what it's going to be about. If you want to be able to do a whole live with me about a particular case, please find me on Facebook, Tammy Wells. You'll find me. I have a big Cheshire grin on my face. Do not add the one with a grey tank top and a camera around my neck, because that is my old profile. Find me on there and then discuss it with me in PM, because then that way I can actually then put it in my description and so on and so forth. I have someone else in backstage. I'm getting guests. Hello.
Good morning, beautiful Tammy.
Morning.
How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I apologize. Who have you got on panel with you, dear?
I was just about to introduce you both. Melody, this is, how do you pronounce your name again? Sherry.
Sherry Claiborne.
Yes, this is Sherry Claiborne. This is Melody LeBlanc.
Well,
how do you pronounce your name again?
dear. How are you, beautiful ladies?
Fantastic.
We're all beautiful.
Yes, I'm fantastic.
Guys.
Well, Tammy, dear, you know me, don't you, from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina?
Yes, I know you. Yes, you've been on my panel a number of times. Welcome back.
Well, how are you doing in your life? I've been concerned about you as far as your health and that mess with your shed. You got that?
That's the stuff with the shed sorted. As far as my general health, I think I'm getting there. So,
pardon me?
I think I'm getting there. In other words, I'm getting better day by day, and that's the best thing.
That's beautiful. Dear, I have a comment and a question for you. My comment, well, I love true crime. I love to get into the cases and watch the trials on YouTube.
Yep.
But for the creators today, that have certain cases, for instance, the Watts case.
Yes.
I'm not pointing any names, but is it, even if it's in the discovery, from a person on the outside that is not a creator, what gets me, dear, and maybe I'm wrong. Okay, like the Watts case, you got a couple creators out there. I call it bashing. Like they'll go, well, Shanann did this, and she was a bad mother, and she was this and that, and don't even mention Chris. Hell, he's the one that admitted whether he did the crimes or not. But my goodness, Tammy, why? Why run Shanann down to the ground? What if she was a bad mother? She did not kill her children. She did not kill herself. I am associated with one of the families. That does not tell me. I mean, I was not there. I don't know what happened. And Shanann was not, I repeat, Shanann was not bipolar. Shanann did not cut her throat. I myself, I'm from old school. And I will say the same thing. If I am somewhere and I can't find my friend, I'm from a town originally up near Washington, D.C., or I was born there and raised.
Yep.
And at the time, well, I'm 74, but at the time, knives were a big thing with killing people. I said it. My mother said it. My grandmother said it. Check the knives. On top of that, there is such a thing, Tammy.
Yep.
As, in other words, in 1989, I died at home.
Oh, wow.
I always believed in God. Anyway, I had a near-death experience. I'm sure you know what that is.
Yes,
And
definitely.
I came back with a gift. The gift is mostly within my family. I know when something terrific is happening. Sandra Rusick has the same gift. And these creators saying, well, blah, blah, blah. The Rusicks knew when Shanann was buried, they knew when killed, they knew the girls had oil in them. Well, my goodness, it's possible because I have 3 children in heaven. I
Yep.
have 1 living daughter. Every time there was a tragedy in my family, Tam, I knew it before it happened. It's a gift from God. Now, what is your intake on this, honey?
Oh, that's a lot to take in. My intake on that is that you're very lucky to have that insight.
Amen.
And
Thank you, Jesus.
and it's just, I don't know. It's like, I think that what people need to understand as well is that the reason they probably attack Shanann for her parenting skills is because of the fact that there's just so many people out there who want to, and I'm the same in a lot of ways, I'm not saying I'm not, who want to think that Chris is innocent. So what they want to do is that they want to try and shift the blame onto somebody who's not here to defend themselves, who's not here to, stand up for themselves and stuff. So if you had a choice to say, if you came across a crime scene yourself, anyone in chat and people on panel, if you came across a crime scene, you have a choice. You can say it's the person who's got the gun in their hand or the person that's lying there in a pool of blood. Excuse the trigger alert to anybody. And the thing is, though,
Yeah.
you won't know who attacked who first. You'll just think, okay, this person has a knife wound, this person has a gunshot wound. Okay, so it must mean this person shot this person.
Uh-huh.
But they don't think about who did it first. So they're both, let's just say the person with the knife wound is still alive. They're going to believe that it's the person with the gun in their hand because they're dead. You know what I mean? So they're going to try and blame that person. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting at with lots of crimes out there. It's easy to blame someone who's not here to defend themselves, who's not here to stand up for themselves. And in a lot of ways, like, my heart goes out to both the Watts family and the Ruseks, and I'm not saying it to be disrespectful to the Ruseks, but they need to be more supportive of defending Shanann's honour than try to make and fill their pockets.
Right. And also, dear, Tammy, correct me if I'm wrong, dear, but
sure.
You don't have any children, do you, dear?
Definitely not.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you have family members that have children.
I have 2 nephews, but I don't see them anymore.
I'm sorry, but
okay.
You're, in my opinion, I've never met you. I would love to meet you one day, but
That's
one thing about, pardon me?
I said that's very sweet. Thank you.
Well, it's the truth. I'm not just talking, because you're one of a kind, honey, on YouTube.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But you can relate. Let's say you have a child, or you have 2 or 3 children, and they have passed on. They went to heaven. How would you like? I don't think the creators understand that what they're doing, and there's certain ones, you know who they are, that I think they have children. But how would you feel, Miss Tammy, if even if your child, well, let's say your child, it doesn't really matter, innocent, whatever, because you, Tammy, did not commit these acts.
No.
But if you're hearing day after day on YouTube that your son or your daughter did this, degrading them, I mean, you didn't commit the acts, but still have some compassion for your children.
Well, that's exactly right. I think. Well, I see it as in real life, away from YouTube. If there's people out there hurting people, like my brother's friends with a very toxic person, and I would protect my brother. He's my best friend. He's like a son to me, even though I would have been 6 years old when I had him, so that's a bit disturbing. But still, I protect him as much as I humanly possibly can, and I do the same. And that's why a lot of people in here have wrenches, so they can feel protected in here. Like, I consider people that come into my lives and stuff like that, they're going to be protected. There's people there's certain mods that have been told, if anyone is bullying this person, you need to protect that person in this chat if they come in. I will not tolerate anyone under any circumstances disrespecting anyone, whether it's in YouTube or whether it's in real life. I just don't see the point in it at all, because it makes no sense. And the Ruseks aren't doing anything to defend Shanann, as far as I'm aware.
Yes,
they put like that footage that came out when we only had the recording of that footage of Kessinger being interviewed when she was wearing that black top. That wasn't even released to the public. It was one of the Ruseks who released it, yet they want us to stop talking about the case.
Yeah.
And so how, by putting that interview out there, how's that protecting Shanann? That's just giving every single creator there who talks still about the Watts case, and I applaud some of them, not all of them. But the thing is, you want them to stop talking about it, that's fine. But don't put footage out there that you have if you want us to stop talking about it. You know what I mean?
Well,
so they need to do more to protect Shanann. If Shanann's innocent.
Shanann is, and the children they're in heaven. And they can't defend themselves. And 1 or 2 of them, excuse me, will go on to say, they starve the children. They don't show any videos. Well, all of that is
Well, when you think about it, okay, I'll put this to you this way. How do we know? Because you think about it, when you go out for the day with family, friends, for bingo, for shopping or whatever, the moment you get home and you close that door, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Shanann was a perfectionist. She wanted everything to be perfect. And I think Chris just went with the flow. Who knows? We don't know if Shanann starved the children. We don't know if Shanann treated the children like shit. We don't know the truth behind what happened behind closed doors. We don't know. We only got, when you think about it, every single person that touches on the Watts case, we only saw what Shanann wanted us to see. You know what I mean? We didn't see the times when her and Chris would argue. We didn't see that on live stream. We didn't see a lot of things that went on. What's your intake, Melody?
Oh, sorry.
That's when you'd feel excluded.
The dog wanted my attention.
Most dogs do. But what's your take on what Sherry's saying?
It's hard because I didn't know Shanann for the longest time. I seen her on her lives, and that was, I think, was it March or April when I started watching her lives of 2018 because I wanted to see what this Thrive thing was about.
Yeah.
And I kept following and following, just watching and watching. And I know she used to be good with her sales because she was selling cars before.
Yeah.
So she was successful at that, and that's what she wanted. And she was going more and more and more in debt because she'd take the money that Chris would make and buy more products and keep selling so she can try and get higher. And I'm not saying anything wrong with her, you know, she wants to be a stay-at-home mom and stuff, but buying more products with their husband's money is, and keeping you at when you know you're in debt because his savings was gone even before they met.
I do believe, like I said, I think that Shanann wouldn't have accepted just a single diamond ring.
I was saying, I even said to Shanann in her live, you know, I'll try this stuff out when you come back from North Carolina. So ring you up. Even though she wanted it done right there and then, I knew she was busy.
Yeah.
I left her alone. And she came back, but then she had that trip to, she was talking to a bunch of other people and she said she'd get back to me, but then she was going to Arizona.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, she probably has a lot of people. So I said I'd try NA. But I didn't hear from her.
Yeah.
Because she was with her. Right?
Yeah.
Then the whole thing happened. So I left everyone alone.
It just makes me wonder, though, that if Shanann wasn't, as I will say, and it's going to probably upset some people, and if I do, I apologise. Shanann was like a social media queen in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? Because she was selling stuff, she was talking about her life and all that kind of crap. The thing is, though, I can almost guarantee it that if she was not as a social media presence, this case wouldn't even be discussed now. You know what I mean? Because Chris Watts was a nobody. Shanann Watts was a nobody. They're both families were nobodies. You know what I mean? They weren't someone that if you turn on a TV or open a newspaper or open up a magazine, they'll be just like Shanann Watts seen walk into a letterbox with thongs on or slippers or something like that, or flip-flops, whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? Like
Shanann was on all the time. She was on every day.
and that's what I'm saying. If she wasn't such a social media presence,
Chris was very private and shy.
yes. Are you still there,
That's
Terry?
why he never wanted to be in the videos, but she tries to get them in the videos, just like the girls. You know, that's why she's like, "Oh, I got to end my life because it didn't go her way," and the girl starts crying.
I just think personally that if you're going to be doing something, like for me personally, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to promote anything. Or I am actually trying to promote my PayPal now and again. But the thing is, though, that if something was to happen to me and I was murdered, all right, I seriously doubt there would be anyone that's on panel now or anyone that's in chat that has a channel that would be talking about it. Because it wouldn't be such, it wouldn't be such breaking news. Or, YouTuber True Crime Discussions with Tammy. Tammy has been found with her throat slashed in her bedroom. Like, that'd be fucking scary. But still, the point being is that because I'm not on camera. I'm not on camera when I'm on people's panels. I'm just my avatars there. That's it. And my voice. So it comes down to, whereas Shanann, she included even when Chris didn't want to be a part of it, she included her husband, she included her children. So when tragedy struck that day, people paid attention because most of the time you can still buy paper newspapers in the shops and stuff like that. But a lot of people actually subscribe to news stuff on social media. Like for me, I found out that from you that what's his face guy Coltrane, whatever his last name was, Robbie Coltrane from Harry Potter, passed away. I had no idea because I don't watch or read the news. I can't read the news even if I wanted to. But the thing is, though, I had no idea about that. I found out that Olivia Newton-John passed away because of the fact that, again, I was told about it through social media. But what I'm saying is, if you're a celebrity of sorts, which I believe in a lot of ways in her own little world, Shanann was famous. People knew her. But I'm still very confused about a lot of things that transpired around that case. How no one saw her no one saw her at the airport, no one saw her on the plane, no one saw her anywhere. That time she was supposed to be in you just said the name where she was. I can't remember where it was. Arizona, yeah, she was there. No one claims to have seen her. So you got to ask yourself, was she actually there? When she's walking up to the door with her suitcase, you don't see the tags that at the airport they put on your bag.
What upsets me about that whole suitcase thing with her coming home is N.A. knew she was sick all weekend. She had to force food on her all weekend. And she didn't get out of the car to help her. She didn't help her with her suitcase. And she didn't help her with food. That's what bothers me.
Yeah, like the best of times, my brother, if he's still in chat, hey Woo, he is an arsehole to me. But the thing is, though, that I love most about my brother is the fact that deep down, he does have a very caring, beautiful side. And when we go do shopping together, say on a Wednesday, and we get an Uber home, and I'll pay for him to go on home because him helping me because he brings in my shopping for me because he doesn't want me to hurt my hands more than I have to. And little things like that he does that I'm like absolutely thankful to the moon and back that he does and helps. But like you just said, how I only have carpal tunnel in my hands, you know what I mean? Like I could easily go back and forth to the boot 3 or 4 times to get my shopping. Yeah, Andy, he brings it all in for me and then he goes on his merry way in the car. And the way that to say thank you to him, I pay for him to get home with his shopping. The fact that NA did not help her, like you said, and I've even said, NA made no effort to help her. You don't even see the driver's door attempting to open. And the fact that still pisses me off is that you see the footage of when Chris they're doing the welfare check. Chris stands at the bottom of the stairs, at the beginning of the driveway, so to speak. But when Shanann comes home that day, she's further away, and you see NA driving off. Now, my question is for anyone out there who has connections in Colorado, please find this out for me. What cars were used for Uber back in 2018? Whether it was just a basic Uber, Uber X, Uber Black, or whatever. Please, can someone try and find out what kind of cars they used? Because I don't believe that was NA driving her home. I don't even believe that footage is from that morning.
But why? You seen how on Nate's footage, like, the moving around, the this and the that, and how come you only see her just getting out and taking off, but you don't see Shanann, like her actually in the driveway, and in the driveway, waiting there, waiting for Shanann to get out, waiting for her to go and grab her luggage, close the doors, and then walk. And how come you don't see her?
Exactly.
Not once.
I don't. What do you think of that, Sherry?
Or are they hiding it?
They're probably hiding it. Sherry, are you there still? You're on mute, I think, Dal. Sherry. Okay, Sherry, I can't hear you, honey. So if you can, and you want to continue talking Watts, that's completely fine, my dear. I do not mind.
She's worrying about dropping her off. I'm not.
I'm trying to get to her to talk. Sherry, are you there?
Like, if you had a friend that was pregnant and was sick all weekend, right? Would you help your friend out and take out her luggage and help her inside? Is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm not saying it wasn't NA, but I just don't understand with Nate's camera that was capturing everything Chris was doing. And I know that other NK was there because she was the first one to walk out. Because Chris does not have big chi-chis like that. I'm sorry.
And I've always, from about December 2018 or 19, I don't remember which. Oh, someone's backstage. I better see who it
is. Excuse me. Sorry, we're getting frost. Hello. And we're supposed to get snow next week, so it sucks.
Hey, hang on, sir. I'm trying to see who that is.
Oh. I'm just trying to read chat as well.
You're on mute. Take it. Hey? I can't hear who's on panel. I can't even see who it is. So take yourself off mute. Unmute yourself. Who's below us, Melody? I know there's Sherry, and who else?
It's Sherry and Sherry.
Okay, hang on.
It's the same person.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do that. Okay. Sherry, take yourself off mute, honey. Oh, fuck me, dude. This is fucked. Hello, I can't hear you, Sherry. Sherry. Whoa. That sounded really bad. I can't do this. This is so fucked up. I can't read anything at the moment. I can't even read backstage chat. Hang on, Sherry, are you there? Oh my god.
Thank you. Is it Bubsy or is it Boobies? What?
Yeah.
Bubsy.
Where?
Thank you, Bubsy.
It's Bubsy.
Bubsy. Okay, sorry.
That's all right. Okay, there's going to be this is really awkward. I can't.
Like, I'm not like any disrespect to Shanann or any. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, same with Shanann's purse. Like, when they first went in with the first cop, they didn't go upstairs. They didn't do anything. They were all on the first level. Nobody screamed her name. Nobody ran upstairs screaming her name or running downstairs screaming her name. They all went in the kitchen. Shanann's purse was not there. Then when they went next door and then the detective came by and they all went through the garage and NA was at the bottom of the stairs. Chris went upstairs with David Baumhover with another police officer. and then there was one police officer standing behind NA by the stairs. You see Nick walking back and forth in the kitchen, and then boom, her purse appears. Explain that one.
Okay, I'll try my hardest to in a sec. I've just got to say, Sherry, can you hear us?
No, her mic's off.
Okay, Sherry, you've got to press next to where you see the camera, honey. You've got to press the microphone to unmute yourself so we can hear you. Or I can't hear you.
A purse doesn't just appear like that.
Exactly.
We all know magic, or someone's screwing with our eyes. And not just that, on Tuesday.
Melody, keep talking for a sec. I've got to do something. So keep talking. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. On Tuesday, when NA went to do her interview at the police station, he's like, oh yeah, it's raining really hard out there, blah, 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 blah. I think they were buried after it rained. Because if you looked at those sheets, the blood was still on there, and the creases from the dirt was still there.
What's going on? Okay, it's just us now, I think.
Oh.
Okay. All right, I'll see if this works. I don't know what's going on.
When she talked to that police officer, she had told the police officer she gave Shanann's purse to Chris, which is a lie.
She didn't. No, she didn't.
Chris was upstairs talking to David Baumhover the whole time when that purse appeared in the kitchen when her son was going back and forth.
It makes no sense. Sherry, if you're going to want to come up, sweetheart, can you just step down from all those other ones you've come up with?
And who would leave a white sheet out in the open like that?
Exactly, and considering there was rain, why wasn't the sheet wet?
And when Chris was mentioning, yeah, well, after the interview when he was put in prison, Tammy and them went back. Why would you go back if he made a confession? And then he's saying, we had a shovel, we had a rake, we had a, what is it, a leaf blower? We. It's not I.
Exactly. It just, none of it seems to make any, like, if there's anyone else that wants to pop up here, feel free to. Just let me know. Hey, Kitty Witty. I think I said that before. I'm not sure. But, yes, hello to everyone that's in chat. I can't even see how many people are in chat. That's how sad I am. At least I can. No, I can't. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you say, like, if I'm talking about myself, I go I. If I'm talking about myself and someone else or other people, I always use the term we or their. You know what I mean? Like their property, they, not there. Oh, far out. No, it's
And
just.
I'm wondering if Shanann, because you notice she had a different shirt, right? I'm wondering if she took a shower that night, because nobody noticed until I had said something just the other day. There was one of the Thrive patches stuck on the wall.
Yeah.
In the shower.
Now you got to ask yourself: was that Shanann's or was that Chris's or NA's? Because I'm pretty sure that Chris didn't wear the ones with flowers.
I can't see it being NA's, but
well, if she stayed there the night.
NA?
Yeah. Lots of people are thinking that she stayed there the night.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think she stayed there either.
I don't think so.
It just doesn't make sense, man. Now, this case just does my fucking head in. I can be both brutally honest with all of you. It does, because it's like you get to a certain stage where you think you don't want to talk about it anymore, and then it's like, nah. Very, very strange. But like I said, like, I just wish that the Ruseks would say more in defense of Shanann. Like, my heart goes out to them, and I'd love for them to come up on my panel and actually defend her. But I
Who?
can't afford to pay them, so it's not likely it's going to happen. But if anyone out there knows of the Ruseks, please let
Yeah,
them
but
know that they've got a platform on my panel.
feel sorry for the Ruseks. It was the Watts lost their daughter-in-law. They also lost their grandchildren,
Yeah,
and they didn't ask for a cent.
exactly.
They're not on YouTube fighting with people and arguing with people about stuff. They're just keeping to themselves and still grieving.
Exactly. It would be nice if like, I personally think that if I was ever given, back in the beginning, if I was given the opportunity to talk to the Watts or the Ruseks, I would actually decline it, because I want them to take a step back and actually absorb what's happened and mourn. Like, the Ruseks lost the opportunity to be grandparents, because apparently, from what I've heard, I don't know if it's true, so if there's anyone out there who's going to clip this part and send it to the Rusek family, be my guest. There has been a rumor circulating that Frankie Jr. has had like, he's been with girls and stuff, and he hasn't got them pregnant. They've broken up, and then they've gone and gotten pregnant. So the Ruseks have lost the chance to be grandparents, and my heart goes out to them. It does, sincerely. And my heart goes out to the Watts family, sincerely. Like, my heart goes out to both families, because both families lost when you think about it. So we can't
And
sit
when
back and say, oh, the Ruseks are money-hungry thieves and the Watts are doing nothing. The Watts are trying to grieve. Let them grieve. Let them absorb that their son's never going to walk through their front door again. Don't go trying to become friends with them for ulterior motives. Be friends with them because you generally want to talk to them about how they're going. And that's something I would love to be able to do. If I had the Ruseks or the Watts or both families guests on my show, I would love to be able to say to them, how are you really, really coping? Like, how is it really going, knowing the fact that, you won't see your grandchildren anymore? Well, just talk about what they've been going through since this all happened. Don't bring up Chris. Don't bring up Shanann. Don't bring up Bella, Cece, or Nico. Ask how they are. Because guess what? They're humans. They're alive. Don't go becoming friends with either family to try and get the inside scoop, because I'm sure there's people out there who do that, unfortunately.
But what blew my mind was when Tammy did that. Like, Chris was the only one willing to do the polygraph test.
Exactly.
What idiot in there?
But was anybody
idiot.
else asked?
He didn't have to do it. He could have walked right back through that door and says, I'm not doing it.
But was anybody else asked to do one, though? That's the question as well. Yes, he's the only one that agreed to it.
Chris, but they didn't ask NK. They didn't ask Troy McCoy. All those other people, they did not ask. All they did was interview them. They should have done it to NK. Period.
Mm-hmm.
But she hid stuff, and they knew that. Why would she destroy that one chip from her phone? Why would she delete stuff? Why would they not have those cadaver dogs go to her house? Exactly. Why would she ask them to meet her at a park near her place to talk?
Exactly. The reason she destroyed the SIM card, according to her, the reason she destroyed the SIM card is because she didn't want Chris to contact her anymore. But here's the ironic thing. If you listen to the interview, she goes, oh, I destroyed that because I didn't want him to contact me anymore. And then later in the interview, she goes, oh, I've had the same phone number for years. So why would you destroy a SIM card if you didn't want someone to contact you, has to go get the same freaking phone number.
And even her interview where she's wearing the black sweater, you see her stare at the camera quite a few times. She's looking up at that. It's like she was trying to watch what she was saying. And why'd she need her daddy in there? Because he's a Freemason?
Mm.
And you hear him say something to the police officer. It's like, you can't shut the police officer up.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense.
And her crocodile tears. I'm like, oh, they were so little.
Mm. When I hear that, that makes my skin crawl. Sounds horrible.
It's like, I thought you never met them, okay? How do you know they were so little?
You can't judge someone's You can't judge a person's height by a picture.
No.
Because if you could, I'd be a giant man. Oh. Oh. All right. Sorry, trying to get warm. Cold. But none of it makes any bloody sense. Yeah. Anyone else is welcome to pop up if they want to. But like I said, yeah, none of it seems to make any sense. Like people are out there saying Shanann was this, Shanann was this, Shanann was that. Prove it. Prove it that Shanann didn't feed her kids. Prove that she was an unfit mother. Prove it all. And I can challenge you now, you won't find a fucking thing.
No one's a perfect parent.
Exactly.
But what she wanted was to show for her Lavelle thing that she had a perfect family using that product. Oh, she's like, if it wasn't for Boost, I don't know what I'd do. Because especially with Cece, he's like, oh, I'm going to have a Boost before we go to the zoo. That's like, okay, I'm going to grab myself a monster so I can handle my child.
I just think that Bubsy just wrote this whole case. This case was handled badly, and I'll be agreeing with that 100%. This case was handled really fucking poorly. Like a bathroom door.
And Sandra shouldn't have said, you know what, it's my daughter's home. I'm allowing you to go in. You can't do that.
That wasn't her place to say that. Exactly.
She cannot. And NA should not have went in. Same with her son and her daughter. The only two that should have been in there was Chris and the police officer. And then wait for the detective. And wait for the detective to come. And then losers, every single one of them should have had goddamn gloves. And especially the one touching the stairs and stuff like that, and the carpet.
Exactly.
And then the one came back, didn't have gloves on, and then they had plastic bags putting the stuff in. Big mistake.
Exactly. Exactly right. You don't in a plastic bag for think. And again, this is what I think. The only time you put something in a plastic bag is if it's a murder weapon. That's the only time, as far as I know. Because you see on, like, I watch a lot of forensic files, and it's funny how in forensic files, FBI files, and all that kind of crap, when they're recreating a scene, you see them. They're wearing gloves in that. Whether it's a welfare check or what it was ever meant to be to start with, how did NA get the police there so fast to do a welfare check? It hadn't even been 24 hours since she had been missing. It just doesn't make any bloody sense. And in a lot of ways, this case does make me cry, but I don't cry on camera because I don't appear on camera and I don't cry. I have to admit there have been times I've got quite emotional when I discuss this case and I am live, and it's pretty, like, hard to keep a level head.
videos. I get emotional when I see her videos. I get emotional when I see the girls even playing with Chris, like when he's running in circles, holding Cece's going all crazy, and he's got Bella on his shoulders. They're running in circles, taking time, and Chris is like, "Oh, I'm dizzy, and the other one wants a turn. And yeah, like just seeing those.
Yeah. It's very fucking sad. But like I said before, and I'll keep saying it to try to drive it home, guys, but if Shanann wasn't such a social media presence, would this case still be discussed today? And I'm going to go with no, it wouldn't.
Because she was on pretty much
That's
every
why I
single
think
day.
Mm. And it's just, it breaks my heart. And for those who don't know, yes, I have a heart. I even have a brain, according to scans I had a couple of months back. I was actually shocked. Sorry. It's just so messed up. Sorry, just highlighting comments. Sorry. But yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand how people can think. Like for me personally, like apart from obviously if Melody's comfortable talking about it, when Sherry pops up here, I'll talk about it. But I'm not going to dedicate lives doing it because at the end of the day, it's not. Unfortunately, the circumstances are not going to change. You know, Shanann and Bella and the kids are still going to be gone, and
Nothing's going to bring them back.
no.
But
I
it's
would
not
love.
that we're trying to bash anybody. You know what I mean? It's just we're just trying to get the truth.
Exactly, because like you said before, why did Tammy Lee and what's his face have to go up
Does not make
re-interview
sense.
Chris?
Why did Tammy Lee? Why would she do a polygraph just on the one when all the rest were like? I'm talking about NK.
Hamilton.
You know what I mean? Troy McCoy and
The
stuff
toy.
like that, because their stories did not add up.
Sorry, I have quite interested. I refer to Cassandra as Hamilton.
Her phone pinging in Frederick is a red flag for me.
It's a red flag for me as well, but at the same time, it could have bounced off or anything. It wasn't like it. With those, they don't pin exactly where somebody is. So whether it was in Frederick or whether it was in the street or not, we'll never know. And that's what I mean. Like there are so many smart creators out there, and I'm not dissing any of them. Like, yeah, woohoo, this. But the thing is, I'm simply saying you're happy to pin out where it pinged at that time of the morning. But where did it ping after that and how long after that? Got to remember, Cassinger did not check in at work, like clock in. She clocked out, but she didn't clock in. So you got to ask yourself, why is it she didn't clock in? Where was she for that morning? And all that. So you got to look at all the little ins and outs and stuff like that. It's just completely fucked up.
When this was asked on the polygraph test, he was never asked about the girls. She asked him about Shanann. Do you know where Shanann is? This and that. And Chris heard even outside when she said she'd be back. He heard her say she did pretty good when she was talking to Kobach?
Yep.
Yes. He said he did pretty good.
So why would she go back in there and say that he did not pass?
I think because he wanted him to keep talking. Because maybe he knows. Because even when he had said that he did whatever he did to Shanann, he said her eyes filled up with blood and stuff like that. That was not in the autopsy at all.
Hmm.
And he didn't know all the damages to his girls. He didn't hear about it until Tammy Lee and Kobach went back when he was sentenced. And they re-talked to him. Why re-talk to him? You can't do double jeopardy. He's already in there for life. And then when they mentioned about Bella's thing, like, he even asked, what is that? And she was saying something about her frenulum and stuff like that, and about under her eye.
Yeah.
And that's when it really hit him.
I was thinking that he didn't know what actually the injuries they sustained until he was in court, and that's why when he started looking down and his leg was shaking.
Yeah, as soon as Michael Rourke mentioned Bella's injuries, his leg went and he started tearing up.
Exactly, because you got to ask yourself, here's the thing as well, though, is that when he was shown the photo of Survey 319, why is it that Chris had to ask, when was this taken?
He asked when the picture was taken, and then Tammy was pointing out at the tanks where the girls were, and it was in the opposite ones.
Exactly. Chris put, for those who aren't sure what we mean by that, it's that he put Bella where Cece was found, and Cece was in the tank that he marked as Bella. So if he had done it, he would have been able to get the tanks correct. And if there was a leak out of one of those tanks, how come there was no sludge found near the tanks on the Monday? Because if there was a leak, you think they would want to get that fixed before the weekend, but there was no evidence of anything broken.
Even on Tuesday when it rained, it still would have been there.
It would have.
It's different oil.
Exactly.
And on the rain, I believe they were buried after it rained.
Bubsy's just written. See, I'm able to read chat if I zoom in. He definitely had help. That's for sure. I agree. But the thing is, though, this is something else I spoke to Melody about this last night. I was saying about how it's very interesting how, what was I going to say? Yeah, how he took out that $10,000 out of his 401k. Now, can someone tell me, they say that he gave that to Shanann to give to her parents so they wouldn't lose the family home. I don't believe that for a second, because none of the reasons, her parents have come forward and said, yes, that money went to that. I believe that in my heart. I believe that money was to save the girls, or a down deposit to save the girls. But because he was kept at the police station for a prolonged period of time, guess what? He didn't get to save the girls. And I think that deep down, that crushes Chris to this day.
The people that helped him, I think they thought he was speaking too much. And I think when he was sitting in that room before Ronnie came in, he had his two phones with him, work phone and his personal phone.
I'm not sure, Bubsy.
You notice when he looks again and he's just waiting for his dad to come in, then you see him look at his phone again, and then his head drops like this, like, oh no. I think that's when his girls were gone.
Yeah.
And that's when that was it.
Because I think it's very interesting. Like, you think about it, okay, yes, Chris still had his mum and his dad and his sister and his brother-in-law. He still had them. But he didn't have the family he created for himself. He didn't have them. So what, apart from obviously Camel Toe, and apart from her, what did Chris have to fight for? He didn't have anything to fight for because his family was gone. So
he took it all.
He just broke
blame.
What?
I think Chris just took all the blame because he knew even if he got out, his family's gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had nothing apart from his mum and his dad and his sister, blood family. He didn't have his wife. He didn't have his children. And how Nicole Kessinger, Camel Toe, Camel Breath, Camel whatever, you can call her whatever you want on my chat. I don't care. The point being is the fact that she was saying to Chris that I want to give you your first son. Now, for me, as a normal everyday person, okay, I would be asking, why would you say that to him when you knew he was having?
And she knew that Shanann was
She
pregnant with a
knew
boy.
more than she fucking led on. She definitely knew more
She-
than she wants.
And I think there is something to do with her father being a Freemason, tried to pull something off.
Okay, here's a
Because-
question, and
no.
I'm going to probably say best to look it up. Are you able to explain to people in chat what Freemason is?
They're like the higher ups. They're the higher ups. And sometimes, like, even with the Freemasons, like, you can't, how do I explain that? Like, you can even look it up too, but
Basically, they're higher up and they're not very nice people.
yeah, and there's a lot of things
They can get
you're not
away with a
allowed to
lot.
say. Yeah, there's a lot of things you're not allowed to say either.
So we'll just leave it as FM. Oh, far out. I'm going to be a total bitch here. If there's anyone that wants to donate to me through this live, please feel free. The PayPal's there. And if you do, just know that you will not be mentioned by name or amount on my live. You'll be thanked as in, like, thank you to whom just donated. So your donations are always in my mind. So if you do, please do. Thank you so much. If you don't, thank you so much for sticking around. As well as if you
Being
donate,
a-
thanks for sticking around.
Also, being an FM, you're very well protected.
Exactly.
You and your
Mhm.
family. So I think
Okay.
that's why NK, to me, she's a goddamn cunt scab. She had daddy there.
I'm so sorry. For those who don't know why I'm laughing, Melody is from, where are you from? Like area-wise, state-wise?
Alberta, Canada.
Okay, so when she says cunt scab, I find it funny, and I'm sorry that if anyone finds that offensive. But if you're on my panel, you can call NK whatever the fuck you want, and cunt scab is so appropriate. Well, it's even better than camel toe, guys. And as far as other trials for Chris Watts on YouTube, I'm not sure if they're on there in the entirety. I think there's like a little bit here, a little bit there. I would love for that whole trial to be on YouTube. I would love it. So
They have it on YouTube. Just look it up. Google it. Google Chris Watts trial.
but
you know,
no. The thing is, though, in Australia, Melody.
I don't know about any other mothers out there, but if your daughter and your grandchildren went missing, okay, the 24 hours, you're like, okay, yeah, you're in a panic mode, blah, 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 blah. But once it's like 48 hours, wouldn't you think, like, even if you were across the state or whatever, wouldn't you automatically get a trip down there, fly down there?
Exactly. But even if you didn't fly down there, as far as I know, Frankie can drive.
Frank Sr. was the only one that showed up, and that was Wednesday after they found Shanann.
I would like to think that if anything ever happened to me, people would be concerned.
Cindy and Ronnie, when Chris first went in for the interview, Chris went and got Ronnie, but he had said, because Cindy was going to go too, but he said he didn't want to because he didn't want to break his mother's heart.
Okay, now before you say anything else, I do have to let you know something. Bubsy and I and a few others in here are from Australia, so we don't actually get to see the whole of the trial side of things. We get to see little snippets, because if we click on something that says the trial of Christopher Watts, it will come up with a black screen and then say this is not available in your country.
Oh, really?
So yeah, because that's happened with a lot of cases that I've wanted to investigate. from
Look it up
America.
and I'll look it up and I can send it to you.
It'll come up with yeah, send it to me, and if I get to watch it, I'll send it on to you, Bubsy. Yeah, we get very little on trials over here, which fucking sucks.
The only time Sandy
Sorry.
showed up was in November. That's the only time she came down, and that was for the trial.
Yeah.
Or the sentencing. My bad. Why would you wait all those months? Why would you wait all those months?
And what I don't get is how I love how we weren't going to talk much about Christopher Watts, but we have. Thanks, Jerry. I mean that sincerely. What confuses me about it, though, is the fact that Frank Jr., Frank Sr., and whatever her fucking name is, Mrs. Rusak. Here's the thing I find very interesting is the fact that all three of them could drive. Why didn't they drive? The moment they found out their daughter was missing, like my mother and I, hey mum, if you ever watch this on replay, we don't get along at the best of times, and that's fine with me. The point being I'm making is how the fuck, I even said to her, I said, Mum, she goes, yes. I said, if I went missing and I was living in Melbourne, what's the first thing you would do? Melbourne's a state here in Australia, for those who don't know. What would you do? She goes, I'd find a way to get over to Melbourne to figure out what's going on. And that's coming from a mother who doesn't really get along with her daughter. The point I'm making is that there were three capable people in that Rusak household that could drive. If they couldn't get a flight, why didn't you drive? It would have taken a while, yes, but amongst three drivers, it would have taken fuck all time. I just don't get it.
And my mom doesn't drive either, and she's across Canada. Now, if she found out me and my son were missing, she would be booking the next flight. She would lose her mind.
Yeah.
Even though we don't see each other all the time, it's pretty much like with the Watts and the Rusaks, like they didn't get to see each other all the time, because they're right across. It's the same flight time, 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it just doesn't make sense.
No.
I don't understand how, okay, again, if you're watching this Rusak family, I'm sorry to be disrespectful, but I have to be at this point. I just don't understand why it would take, you have a dream that something's happened to your daughter and your grandchildren. Mind you, the thing I find very interesting is that her grandchildren, Bella and Cece, adorable as all hell, don't get me wrong, but they couldn't talk properly. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't say a full sentence like I'm saying here now.
Very, very smart. She could talk very, very well. The only one that didn't talk too well. Cece, you had to listen to her very carefully to even hear, and she only had, like, she couldn't make a full sentence.
But one of them was saying, what the fuck? Sorry, something's going on with my phone. Okay. This is weird. I can't. Does anyone else? Sorry, I'm not trying to say disrespectability. If there's anyone else that wants to pop up, put a heart in chat so I know to put it in there again. Otherwise, I won't. But no, I just find the whole thing like, who takes that long? You have a dream about something happening to one of your kids. You don't wake up the whole household and tell someone about a dream and then go back to sleep and then, just wake up the next day and then you're on the phone. Now, here's the thing. When Nicole Atkinson is talking to Shanann's mum, the police officer walks off and does a knock on the windows, tries to open the windows without gloves on and tampering with evidence, potential evidence, and all that. Even when he's leaning, putting his hand on those metal things that are outside the window, he's putting his bare hand on those. He's tampering with fucking evidence. So if you ever see me in a chat, I still have the same emoji, but my name in there is not just Tammy, it's Tammy Wells. please find me on Facebook and feel free to let me know who you are and then add me. Yes. Thing is, though, is the fact that I find it confusing how even when he's making walls and he's walking up the back stairs, he is touching things with his bare freaking hands. Now, I'm sorry, I don't care if I get ridiculed for this when I say my next statement. It was a welfare check. Okay, we know that. But why would you walk into that house when you have just been informed that the husband and the wife are separating and you only just found that out? The first thing I would do as a cop would be going back to my car and getting gloves, because you have no fucking idea what you're going to be walking into at that particular time. The moment he opens that door and lets you in, you have no idea what kind of scene you're going to walk into. Just because you see the front room and it doesn't show any sign of, you know, a disturbance or a robbery or anything like that, that does not mean you're not going to walk into a room upstairs or you're going to walk into the kitchen and find blood.
Because there's the basement and then there's the upstairs. It's not like he could, like, yeah, they downstairs in the windows and stuff like that, but he can't see upstairs.
Thank you for telling me, Bubsy. Apparently I'm breaking up a bit. Am I okay now? So I can put the phone down on my boob. Sorry. But no, they had no idea what they were walking into that morning or that afternoon or whatever it was. They had no idea what they were walking into. And the fact that only way that Nicole Atkinson could feel comfortable about allowing her little girl to walk around and play in bits of the house is if she had been in there beforehand. I've got messages to say from her herself saying she was not there because if I was there, they would have found my fingerprints. Honey, you're there nearly every single freaking day, so they would have found your fingerprints regardless. The point being is the fact they wouldn't have found your fingerprints because of everything that could potentially be where someone could have touched you, and the cops and your son made sure that your hands were on it. Am I still breaking up?
No.
Oh, it's better now. You know, this case just makes me so fucking angry, and I don't want to be an angry person, but it's just very hard.
When the other cops are in there, you hear the dog going insane. Yep. Insane. But you hear the dog all, like, first it starts barking when he was asking, this Frederick Police Department, you know, when he had the door open a crack, you hear the dog bark for a second and then go quiet.
Exactly. Who was there and who was keeping the dog quiet? Okay, put a 1 in chat if you think it was Kessinger keeping the dog quiet, or 2, he found food. Oh, I love being able to do this sort of stuff. It's fun.
I don't believe she was there. I believe she left. It just seemed odd. I think the dog was waiting for someone to come in so he can get in.
Yep. Well, don't forget though that when
I believe she was in the house that night though, and not just her and Chris, but there was others. I don't think the girls got home after the birthday party though.
Hang on, sorry, I'm just reading a comment.
That's one thing I think. I'm not saying that for sure. I think the girls, when they got home, because Frank Sr. even said he doesn't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday because they went to 2 birthday parties. If it was the one day that he's seen them on FaceTime, he said he's seen Bella. He said he heard Cece in the background. And they were eating cold pizza. And he said he didn't remember if it was or Sunday. But I don't think they came home. But I don't think they were dead, though. I think they didn't go home after that party.
I reckon, No, I reckon personally from the party they went to NK's house.
Yes.
Because why was she so
And I think
adamant about them? Yeah.
something happened there after they went and got Shanann. I think she was lured through the back and was done there. And I think Bella, because she's very smart, seeing something happen to her mom, they had to get rid of her and her sister too.
Yeah.
Because Bella would be able to spill her guts and say, oh, this happened, this happened.
I just find it very like I don't. When I say I get angry because of the fact that there's just so much in this case. So thank you so much, TJ, for offering that, sweetheart. That was very kind of you. And yes, you're a nice person, even though you don't like to be told that. I think you are, and I've always thought that. You've always been nice to me. So cool. No, but the thing is that it's just how to put this. I've been speaking to like I would love if anyone out there knows anyone that conducts autopsies, hit me up because I would love to interview someone that does autopsies. Mind you, so if you're not into graphic stuff, then don't tune into that live. But
and
yeah.
I think with Chris saying that Bella's last words were "Daddy, no" or "No, Daddy," I think it's because he was letting them go with either Kessinger or someone else to someone else's place, and she said, "Daddy, no." That's what I think. I don't think it's from him doing that to them. I don't. I really don't.
I just think that it makes me wonder, like people say, oh, if you hadn't met Nicole Kessinger, would this have ever happened? And a lot of people say no. But we don't know that, though. We don't know what was going on. I'm not saying Chris is innocent. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying he did all of it. I'm simply saying that we don't know what went on in Chris's brain. We don't know that if he actually, in fact, snapped. We don't know.
I want to ask anybody that has, like, how Shanann had a camera in Cece's room and Bella's room? And then
yeah, I've heard about that.
She had the one in her room, and plus you could see it off her phone. I was wondering if you can see, like, if it was recorded or not, to see who is going in and out of the bedrooms.
Or did Chris turn them off that night, and that's why Shanann flipped out?
No, because Shanann, when she got close to the door, and if you pause and you look at her phone, you see Cece's room, but Cece's not in there.
Wow, you must have you must have like 20/20 vision, because I can't see that shit.
You look closely and her phone is brightened up, and just before she went in the door, her hand is like this, and she has her phone there, and you can see, and I think it's because she's close enough, and I guess it's Wi-Fi or something like that connects it. When she gets close enough, she could see inside her daughter's bedrooms or her own bedroom, because she had one in her bedroom, so when she's laying down, she can keep an eye out on the girls.
Could it be because she didn't trust Chris with the girls, like Chris didn't trust her? And here's the thing as well, before you answer that. When they turned on Shanann's phone, the thing I'm curious about is how to... Now, if I find, like, if I'm, say, for example, if I'm asleep or something like that, right? And my phone is playing something, and then I wake up the next day and my phone screen isn't turning on. The first thing I'm doing when I wake up in the morning most of the time is putting my phone on charge. How would Chris honestly know that Shanann or Nicole Atkinson, either one of them, how her phone still had enough battery to turn it on? Why wouldn't you go straight to plug it in? If you found the phone turned off, why would you automatically assume it will have enough battery to turn on?
And I don't believe also, because Chris didn't go up and downstairs because they checked his Apple Watch. He didn't go up and downstairs because it shows on his Apple Watch, and it shows Shanann didn't even go up the stairs.
There you go.
And they proved with 2 different type of cadaver dogs that there was no sign of like trauma, like fighting and stuff like that, and there was no killing in the house, period.
Mm.
Nobody died in that house, so they can't say, oh, there was. I'm big. Did I push some? Oh, you're back.
That.
Yeah?
Okay. Oh, hang on, sorry. Turning it off that night tells me it was planned. Well, that, I'm just saying, if he did, we don't know.
And if they did do the nookie nookie that night, maybe that's when Chris put chloroform over her face, not choke her, but put chloroform over her face and had help, and then lured her down the stairs. But I don't believe that because it shows he wasn't going up and down stairs from his Apple Watch.
And plus another thing as well, if they had done the nookie nookie, or as we say in Tammy's world, they hacked that night. Sorry,
The what?
I should be nicer. If Shanann and Chris made love that, why was she wearing a G-string? Why was she found wearing a G-string if they actually had relations? I, for one, if I'm lying next to someone that I care about and I've just finishing having sex, bonking, doing the deed, whatever you want to call it, and stuff, I'm sorry, but I'm going to lie there in my glory. I'm not going to get up and put on a bra and put on fucking a pair of underwear and put on a T-shirt and all that sort of shit. I'm not going to do it, but I'm not. I'm going to lay there under the blankets butt naked. Sorry for the visual for those who actually know what I fucking look like. I am so sorry. But yes, it's very, very, very strange.
And the dogs would smell it.
Mm-hmm. Tammy robot. Am I roboting again? Seriously? What the fuck? I pay enough for this stupid mobile phone plan so it doesn't do this shit. Ugh.
Yes.
Put a heart in chat if it's clearing up.
Yes, because when they found her and they put her bra, her G-string, and her shirt, and they were hanging it up at the place, even that sheet. It rained all Tuesday, really, really hard, because the cop even said when he interviewed NA Tuesday during the day, he's like, it's raining really hard out there. I think afterwards, after it rained, I think that's when they went and buried Shanann. Mm-hmm. And Chris was still getting interrogated. It wasn't him.
The thing is that makes me curious. Sorry, Bubsy's
because Chris went in. Well, he was stayed at home Monday, and then he was with the Thayers overnight. He went back, did his interview, and then he went again on Wednesday.
Yes.
for the polygraph test. So how could Chris have done it?
So it makes me wonder when they got that sheet. Now this is going to be a weird thing because there is a thing you can use in the forensic system where you can, if they suspect fingerprints of something, you can remove the pattern in the background, and guess what? There's the fingerprint still there. I've seen enough forensic files to know that they can do that. So it makes me wonder: were there any fingerprints taken from Shanann's G-string? It sounds disgusting, I know, but bear with me. Were there any fingerprints on the back part of a bra? Sorry.
I don't know how anyone could wear one of those eye patch dental floss goddamn underwear because I'd be picking my ass every
Neither
second.
do I. I hate them. Oh, I think they're disgusting. But then again, were there any fingerprints taken from the back part of the bra where the bra connects with the loops? Were there any fingerprints taken from the sheet? I'm going to go with no. Because I can almost guarantee it that if they had taken fingerprints from any of those three items, they would have taken fingerprints. Is because of who NK is connected to. But we don't know. Because so much has been put in the discovery, so much has been taken out.
And if you had nothing to do with it, you had nothing to hide, and you weren't afraid, why not do the polygraph test just to prove them wrong? Why would you go and run away? Why would you go and change your name and hide from everything?
But here's the thing, though. I heard this on another chat on this person. What if NK was actually pregnant?
I don't believe that.
And that's why she couldn't take. I don't believe that either. I believe it in a sense because you think about it. She was not well. She'd been sick for a few days, but yet she's still able to go out to dinner with Chris on Saturday. So work that out, guys. How is it that if someone who
the two people that were sick was her and Mr. Leave Jim alone. And when you go near oil and stuff like that, you'll get very sick.
Yes, I get actually sick even when I go into a petrol station with my friends and stuff, and I smell the petrol from the petrol tanks there. I feel giddy. You know, like there's people out there who get high on petrol. Like how? Fucking stinks. It's not a good smell either. It's fucking bleh. Am I buffering? Hello? Hello? It's all good. Oh my god. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because you're talking and then you just went quiet. Get the fuck out of me. I thought,
no, because I was reading chat too, because I don't like ignoring people.
Feel free. If anyone addresses me, please let me know.
I
just said I thank every single one of you that are in here and have been here like throughout my lives and being patient with me and being awesome. Excuse me. Whew. But no, I just think that a lot of things, like I still get very angry when I don't get angry like I want to fucking scream or something, but I get angry in the sense that there's so much evidence that by going into doing the welfare check without gloves on, they potentially fucked up that crime scene just like they did with the JonBenét case. And I'm sorry if that offends anybody.
You think with JonBenét, they would have learned their lesson.
Exactly. Ooh,
they let all those people in, touching everything, swarming around,
cleaning up the kitchen. And we're going to talk about JonBenét for a little bit, guys.
Everybody was touching that friggin' letter.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You think it's still another murder case. It's not in Frederick. It's in Boulder, Colorado, but it's in Colorado.
Mm-hmm. But I would love more than anything for the Colorado police people if you can call them people. I would love for them to actually learn from both of these cases and think, oh, maybe it's time we get a forensics area in our police station. Maybe it's time we extend to get a homicide department happening, forensic department. We've had. I was listening to this case a few cases the other day, and there was about 15 out of the possible 35 or something that happened in Colorado. Like this woman who fucking went hiking with her husband, and he pushed her off the fucking cliff. He's in jail, yes. But, you know, the ring that she was wearing, her engagement ring, had a $15,000 to $25,000 diamond in it. The cops couldn't find it because when they found her body, the diamond was missing. They complained about it.
He went and said that that's where he was going to propose to her and that she fell.
Oh, no, that's a different case because these people had kids.
I thought it was the same one.
They found they were married, and they found a map in his car, and X marks the spot, and he goes, oh, why was that? He goes, oh, because I thought it'd be a good place to camp. Mind you, it was on a cliff face, so who camps on the side? I would never want to do that. I don't even want to go fucking camping, let alone let's go camping and pitch our tent on the edge of a cliff, because that's not dangerous. No, it's as safe as houses. No. You roll over and you end up fucking rolling off the cliff and fucking dying. Yeah, it's real safe, mate.
Or if you have like a mountain lion on your ass and you have nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's it. As you're trying to get away from it, you're edging closer and closer to the cliff. The engine's like, see ya. Nah, but
it's either die getting shredded apart or die just taking a jump.
Well, I mean this in a nice way when I say this. Well, people in 9/11 thought jumping from the building was safer than, you know, going down with the building. It's like fucking crazy.
When you were jumping from the building, you die usually even before impact.
Oh, well, sorry to sound like a bitch, then that's okay then. As long as I didn't die when they go on the ground, you know? Like,
well, you won't even feel it because you're gone. But anyways, most people that jump from high things like that, they die before impact.
Yeah, well, look, they say if you go, this is on something that my friend of mine, she said to me a couple of months back before I stopped being friends with her. She was a bit slow in many ways, but conniving in other ways. She even said to me at one stage, now keep in mind, 9/11 happened in what, 2001? Didn't it? I don't know. When did 9/11 happen?
9/11.
Yeah, like what year?
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, what year did it happen?
It happened in 2001.
All right, okay. So fast forward, right, to 2018. 19 or 20, one of them. She goes, do you know that if you go to the top
make my screen big because I want to see if anybody else sees it. I have all the newspaper clippings from when 9/11 happened.
Okay, hang on, I've got to...
If anyone can see the devil's face in the smoke. My mom spotted it.
All right, hang on, I'll do solo layout. Hang on. You can have the whole screen. I've got to figure out how to do this. Just give me a sec. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I just booted her. Sorry.
It's okay.
That wasn't meant to fucking happen. Hang on. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. There you go. You've got the whole screen now, so I'll let you show you what you want to show.
Okay.
I'm not on screen at all now. It's all you.
Hold on, I'm just trying
and the thing is, if it's okay with you, if you can, turn your camera. No, don't hold it up yet. Don't hold it up yet. Turn your thing so you can rotate the screen on your tablet, and that way you've got the whole screen instead of just like a little square. If that makes sense. What? Okay. Scroll down so you've got where you can rotate the screen, so that way you've got the whole screen to yourself. Oh, it doesn't matter. Just do what you need to do. It's all right. It's okay.
All right.
Just hold it up really close to the camera, doll. Pay attention to this, guys. This is freaky.
Right there. Right there.
Fucking scary, man.
Is that not creepy? Like, you see it right there, even if I back it up.
Yeah. I can't see it properly, but when she sent it to me, Okay, can I come back on camera now? There we go. If you want to show anything else, let me know. I know how to do it now. I'm not with the backstage. Sorry, I did not mean to do that.
I have all the things from that day.
If anybody wants to hear about 9/11, let us know and we'll talk about that. John Bonet, we'll talk about lots of shit. Melody has a lot. Oh, hang on. Do you want to are you holding something up again? No. Yes, you are. No. Okay. Oh, man.
Hold on a second.
Hang on. I know what I'll do. Hang on. I'll put you on solo layout for now. Finding that works. There you go. You got the whole. You can take over my chat for a bit and you can show them all your stuff and I'll be back.
Yeah. I'm just trying to. I've got so many of them. Oh, here. This is somebody. Oh. What did I push? There's somebody jumping. From the building. I got captures of. What's this? Sorry.
It's all right. I'm just reading chat to make sure no one's offended.
This is the second plane just before it went into the second tower.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh. It was heading right for it. Here's a better view of it.
Fuck. That's fucking unreal.
Yeah, it gave me goosebumps. Even just
Fuck, I thought I had myself on. I thought I had myself on mute. I did not. Fuck.
And this is I even have the last known picture of it.
Oh wow. Fuck.
So sad.
It's very fucking sad.
And there was one guy, like, they were able to surprisingly identify all the people that died in the building. And there was the one guy that jumped, and they still don't know who it is.
It's really sad.
They call it the unknown guy. He was African American, and like
Funny, over there you call it the unknown man. Over here in Australia, it's known as the falling man.
Well, that too, but that was the one where they captured him jumping and just free falling.
Okay, I think that we've talked about 9/11 just a little bit more than we should have, because I don't think I'm allowed to talk about conspiracies, so I won't mention my conspiracies. But by all means, if you want to, message me on Facebook and I will tell you what they are. But no, it's very, very fucking sad what happened that day. That was the day that shook the world, apparently.
Oh yeah, it changed everybody's channel. It was on the radio. I was like, oh my gosh.
I just finished watching karaoke with a friend of mine, and we turned it off, and then the news came on with breaking news. I'm like, what the fuck?
I felt bad for even people that were stuck in it, the building, and couldn't.
There was a few people that said they slept through their alarm clock that day. There was people that would say other things, and it was just like, the one day you'll be thanking your lucky stars that you slept through your alarm. But how would you feel though? You're sitting at your desk and you see this fucking plane coming at you. Fuck.
Well, you know what? If there was a plane coming at me, I'd prefer it coming at me on my level and hit me, so I'm done with.
Yeah.
Instead of being either stuck on the top or even struggling to get down to the bottom and pushing people down the stairs so you can get out first.
Exactly.
And how those buildings went down, all the same, all 7 of them, not just the Twin Towers, but there was the 5 around that went down all like pancakes. And when the first plane went in, they hit the top in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And the other one with the tower there, it hit the corner. So you could see if it was going to fall, the thing would fall sideways, right?
Exactly.
The top part would go like that, but they all went down the same, like pancakes. It doesn't make sense. I think something was planned that none of us knew about.
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever know what really, like, obviously we know that people lost their lives and the buildings went down, but what the story behind it.
Yes, they made a movie of it, but most of it, like, they took out the real parts.
Oh no, she's saying she felt like it was a movie when she saw it happen.
Oh, I thought she said she thought it was a movie.
No, because when you watch something and it's such disbelief, you believe, oh my god, this can't be happening, so you think it's like a movie. Yeah, so I think that's what she means.
The one with like everyone in the Pentagon died when that plane hit, but it was a different type of plane.
Well,
and then Flight 93, there was only I think 5 guys, and they had box cutters. All those other passengers could have took them all out, and they were. I don't get it. And then it's like the plane vanished, and there was just a hole with a little bit of debris everywhere. That's what boggles my mind, is like, where is the goddamn plane?
I accidentally just booted her again. Sorry, guys. She'll be back in just a sec. Sorry.
It's
like, I'm not used to doing solo layouts. I'm so sorry. But yeah, no, I think personally, because it makes no fucking sense, because there's been footage that was around ages and ages and ages ago now. Because you got to keep in mind, guys, this happened like 21 years ago. Fuck, that's scary. That's actually quite scary. 21 years ago it happened.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. And the fact is, though,
it doesn't even feel like it was that long ago, though. That's
for me, it only feels like it happened a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It was just recently type thing, like 2 to.
Well, okay, here's a question for you. Off 9/11, because I don't want to get my channel taken down for mentioning conspiracies about 9/11. What's your theory on the Titanic sinking? Do you think it was Titanic or Olympic? And that's for chat too to answer.
Do I think of what about Titanic?
Do you think it was Titanic that sank, or do you think it was Olympic? Like, which ship do you think it was that sank?
Titanic.
I don't believe it was Titanic that sank.
I believe it was.
I don't. Oh, okay.
And not just that, the only thing is that they messed up with the movie.
And
it makes me, sorry, I think it's, but it's, well, you got to figure, like, okay, yeah, they're making a movie about it and stuff like that. Obviously, they're not going to put this in there. They're not going to put, but they put a lot of truth in it that happened when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Titanic sank. But the thing is, when they went looking around afterwards for bodies in the water to see if anybody else was alive, I think there was like 2 or 3 people that were still alive that they got out of the water. And Rose was one of them, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, they've been around with flashlights. Now, in the 1800s, they didn't have flashlights. They didn't exist.
But Titanic sank in 1912.
No, I know. I'm saying in the 1800s.
Hmm.
Like, flashlights did not exist. There was a lot of ships that went down, and we don't know crap about it.
Okay, well, the reason I believe it was Olympic, because there's a documentary, and I keep on saying I'm going to post it in my comments, but I never do.
I never heard of Olympic. The only Olympic I know of is the Olympics.
Oh, okay, because Titanic was a sister ship of
Sorry,
a ship
that's why I'm
named Olympic.
Titanic. So I know Titanic saying the only Olympics I know is the Olympics doing the Olympics.
Oh, okay, yep. Well, the Olympic had a lot of accidents and stuff, and it was not insured. They couldn't insure it anymore. Please, TJ, pop up here if you think I'm wrong, or pop up here if you, because she's agreeing with me. So that's awesome. The thing is, when Titanic was set to sail, Olympic, like I said, had a lot of unrepairable damage done to it, so it couldn't be insured. About a month or 2 or a few months or so before Titanic set sail, they increased its insurance on it to cover basically that ship as well as Olympic. So when Titanic went down, the gash that the iceberg supposedly caused was in the exact same spot that Olympic was damaged. And there's been footage shown when they show the hull of Titanic, it's got an M and a P. Titanic isn't spelt that way. Olympic is OLMPIC, as far as I'm aware. And Titanic is TIT, as we TITAI, well, however it's fucking spelled. I don't give a fuck. I'm not in the mood for spelling lessons tonight. But here's the thing: how do you explain an M and a P being on the hull of Titanic if it was Titanic that actually sank? And yet, Olympic went on to set sail for many, many years to go after the Titanic disaster, and there was no repercussions of anything. So.
Well, I did Googling, and they were showing the different levels, like, because both parts were broken in 2, right?
Mm.
They were showing different parts, like from like pictures of what Titanic looked like before it went down. They were showing the insides and the different levels. They showed where the clock was, like where those stairs are.
Yep.
They were showing the chandeliers. It's.
Did you read what TJ just wrote in chat? Flashlights were invented in 1899.
Yeah, see, like they didn't have it, but when they did the Titanic movie, you'd think, okay, well, flashlights didn't exist, and so if you're going to have it in the movie, because they would have seen and had that big light on the top where those 2 ding-dings were putting the, yeah, and they're like, oh, now we see it, turn around, yeah, okay. If they had a light, you'd think they'd have one there so they could see ahead, and they would have had that thing a long time ago, so they would have turned, but they didn't have flashlights. And how were those 2 idiots in the Titanic movie, how are they able to see it when it's pitch black?
I can't answer that. How do you find things in the dark?
Maybe those guys had night vision. I don't know.
Yes, because they hadn't. They didn't have any binoculars or anything like that. They had night vision. It's very confusing.
I'm
No,
I wonder if there's anybody that has relatives like from down the roots that survived the Titanic and they were the children's children type thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Saying their great grandparents survived Titanic.
Well, a clairvoyant once told me that I was a survivor of Titanic. And it's like, yeah, okay, no worries. Whatever you reckon.
I'd be like, prove it. I want to see some. Show me.
I want you to draw a sketch art, get a sketch artist and draw what I used to look like, and then I can research it.
Yeah.
But no, it's just there's a lot of tragedies that have happened, crimes, conspiracy theories, and it's uncanny.
Okay.
No, there is. There's a lot of fucked up shit.
No, I'm just saying. No, I was reading TJ's thing. She said 13 years after 1899 was flashlights were invented.
Okay. No worries. Thank you, TJ. TJ is very knowledgeable. And so are you, Melody. I'm not saying you're not, but
Well, I don't know everything, and I'm far from being the smartest person. I look up what I can, but if I see where it's calling out BS, like it's like something's wrong here.
Exactly. Like I just thought when I first started like looking into stuff about like Titanic, 9/11, even Elvis Presley's death, I just smelt a rat. And trust me, rats don't smell very nice, guys. For those who don't know, it doesn't.
I wouldn't know because I don't smell them.
Neither do I, but they do leave a stench. Smart ass. Oh. This rat smells like it'll be a good pet. I shall get this one, thank you. But no, I find a lot of conspiracies with the Titanic very interesting. I find like you said, when the plane hit the corner of that particular building. Sorry to bring back 9/11 for guys, but how it hit the corner and yet it just collapsed like. Here's the thing:
it went down because the first one went straight in the middle at the very top.
Mm-hmm.
That one I could see where, like, it's just weird how the way it did it. But then the other one hits the very, very corner, like the corner is like this, right? And it hits the corner. So if something's gonna hit like that, it'd be like playing, when you take Jenga, and you pull that one side on the corner, so everything's gonna topple to one side.
Exactly.
And then the rest will still stand. They're not all gonna go do.
I'm actually surprised they still have that game out. I thought that after 9/11 they would have discontinued that game.
Oh no, they made that game, they even made it with bigger blocks.
Yes. You can get like the life size size, and I'm just like, yeah, it's called a fucking woodyard. And TJ, you are a smart ass and I love it. She's agreeing with me, so it's okay. I can say that. So if anyone's in chat going, why is she calling TJ a smart ass? She's agreed with it. So I'm letting everybody know. TJ is a smart ass. I'm going to have to wrap this up soon so I can so I don't use all my StreamYard moments.
What?
Oh, I only get 20 hours a month, so I want to try and make these last for a while so I can come back over the during the week and do another live or doing it next weekend or something. So I'm going to have to wrap this up very soon because I'm also getting tired.
The thing with John Bonet trying to do that one, I just don't want to. Like, I've shown you the pictures. I've sent you the pictures. I've sent you the stuff, and it's very, very, very graphic.
Yeah, so I'll make sure that if we do,
the thing that just bothered me, like I was saying, when they showed her the side of her neck, because they didn't take things off, they were doing the pictures first, because she still had her ring on, right?
Yep.
Like right on her neck here. The night before, just before they went to sleep, she was in the same PJs. And the thing is, she had a gold necklace with a cross here.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I don't know if it's because of her hair being so blonde. I don't know if it got sunken into her neck when it got tied tight, because you can see the crease inside her neck from the rope. And with them doing that, the rope covered that, and it made it sound weird because in the letter it said beheaded.
Exactly.
And it came close to her getting beheaded because it went in that deep. And that she had around her neck. And her going like this because her skin was under her fingernails. And you see the little scratch marks on the picture. Right? So she was alive when they were trying to choke her. It wasn't from the clock to the head.
Exactly.
I think they thought she was dead. I think they thought she was dead. I think she got knocked out, and then she was starting to wake up. And they were trying to set her up for whatever, and was trying to finish her off. Because if they go and try and bring her to the hospital, what are they going to say?
Oh, she's playing ropesies. I don't fucking know. Colorado, honey. Who the fuck knows how they operate?
You think they'd rat out, let's say it was Burke that did something. You think they're going to rat out their son?
Yeah, exactly. I'm starting to think Burke had nothing to do with it, to be honest.
I find it very weird that John's other daughter died around the same time, even though she's older this time. That John.
Very, very sad.
Her name was Elizabeth.
Oh, very sad. Oh, there you go.
Elizabeth Ramsey. She was like in her 20s, her early 20s.
Yeah, it was a car accident, wasn't it?
Yes, and it was, I believe, the whole family was in on it, and I believe John's brother was in on it. He goes by William or Billy or Bill or Will, and he always asked John for part of his bonuses every year. He knew about the bonuses. His brother was also in the Marines, so he would know how to do those knots, just like John Ramsey would.
Did they ever take those? Did they ever take the knot apart?
I don't think so. They left it for evidence. It was still on the garage with her hair wrapped in it too, because it was pulled.
I just think it's disgusting. I can't even stand if I hurt an adult's feelings, let alone cause a death of somebody. That's fucked up.
The only thing I come close to killing is the damn spider.
Something that don't deserve to be on this planet, but we need them to eat all the bugs so that we don't get overtaken by bugs. So, you know.
There's other things that could eat bugs. Here's the friggin' cold air. If I see an eight-legged freak, they're getting fucking zapped, man. They're gonna get zapped. I will fry the sons of beaches.
Hasta Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah. You have a home outside. Get the hell out of my house, or you're gonna friggin' fry. And all I hear is like a pow, 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 pow. And then you see it smoking and crap, and it's like,
Oh, no. I don't like spiders. I don't mind. Okay, here's the thing. If I don't know there's a spider in my house, I'm fine. The moment I know, like, it's worse when you go, say, for example, you go to bed, it's in your lounge room or in another room, and you go to bed at night, and then you wake up the next morning and you go to that wall, and the spider's nowhere to be found. And then you're like, fuck. I've had a spider land on my head when I've been washing my hair. Now that's fucking scary. Luckily for me, it was just a huntsman because they don't hurt shit. But if it was a white tip, it was just like, oh fuck, it's going to kill me.
Me, I feel like if I feel like a hair just brush up against me or something, I jump because I feel like there's something crawling on me. And I'll be like, get the hell off me, man.
Oh, fuck. You remind me so much of me. It's unreal.
Oh,
All right. I'm going to have to wrap this up. I need to go have a shower, honey, so I'm going to wrap this up.
Anything
We'll
with
talk
more
more
than
about this when we... Fuck, I hate to see you around a centipede. Fucking hell.
Those little buggers, they crawl up and they curl in like a spiral type thing.
Yeah.
They don't really bug me. They don't really bug me.
You said anything more than 6 legs.
Because there's jumping ones, then they have those big dandy long leg bastards with a fat ass. And it's like, whoa. And they have like those 4 beady eyes and stuff that don't blink because spiders don't have eyelashes. Or sorry. They don't blink. They don't sleep. Spiders don't sleep. All they do is rest for like 4 hours and then keep going.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I've just lost about 7 views for talking about spiders. Come back, it's okay.
Sorry.
Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. Show some support by doing it that way if you can. That'd be great. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to have to get you to pop down so I can say my farewells to everybody, and I'll call you after I get out of the shower, providing I don't fall asleep in the shower. Because I've been known to do that. Oh, could have said see you to everybody, love. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Hang on. Why did you... That's just like, hello? You could have said goodbye to everybody, Melody. It wouldn't have been that bad. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you feel like you want to donate to me, my PayPal link is in the description. All money raised from my PayPal is going towards me, I don't know, whatever it goes towards. But please feel free to do that. And like I said, every cent that I make on there does help me and me. So thank you so much for everyone who has in the past or in the future chooses to donate. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you so much. And more than anything, thank you so much for sticking around, TJ, since roughly really the beginning. So thank you. And she said bye everyone in chat. She could have said it on panel. You too, TJ. And thank you. Yeah, so thank you everyone. I don't know what I'll talk about on Monday. I'm sure it'll be just as entertaining. If you be a guest on my channel, and even if you don't, let me know. Please press the link when I drop it in chat. And yeah, so next time I'm hoping I can have someone else, like someone up here to talk to interview, but we'll see how we go. If you have a topic in mind, like I said, when I'm live, feel free to come up and talk about it. Any topic is a good topic. All I say is that if you're going to be talking about another creator, please refrain from mentioning names. But we all have a fair idea who we all want to talk about, but please don't talk about that on my channel. If you do, use a different name. Yeah. So until next time, guys, I'm sorry I need to go have a shower. I desperately need to wash my hair because it's fucking dirty as fuck. Not that anyone needed that visual. For those who have seen my face, I'm so sorry for that visual. Every single one of you. Penny, Bubsy, Melody and TJ, thank you so much for being guests on my show tonight. I much appreciate you guys. Who else is in here that I can say? Penny Blake, Bubsy. Trying to read chat with names. Matt, if you're still somewhere in the background, thank you for tuning in for the beginning of this. Thank you to everybody, really. And Elizabeth, thank you for being in here. And I know I woke you up, but hey, payback's a bitch when you wake me up at 3 a.m. Anyway, guys, the time here now is 10:07 p.m. I am going to go have a shower. And Melody, I'll call you tomorrow, honey. I'm just so tired tonight. I hope you don't mind. But like I said, thank you all so much. And if you want to donate, PayPal's in the description. If you don't, then don't bother. It's all good. I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be annoyed. None of that shit, because I see it as, if you donate to me, you donate. If you don't, you don't. I see it as that I don't want, and I will always state this for as long as I can remember to do so. I don't want people to donate to me and then they're without, if that makes sense. If you are planning on donating to me at any given time, please make sure that you do not have any of the following: debts coming up, a road trip planned, a school excursion for your kids, petrol you need to put in your car to go on a journey or something like that. Please only donate if you know for a fact that you're not going to miss the money that you're donating. I am nearly at 600 subscribers. I have no idea. Last time I checked, I was at 598. So please spread the word far and wide that I'm an awesome channel person. I'm not. But please feel free to spread the word far and wide if you can about my channel. And feel free to pop up on panel if you are feeling up to it. I'll be back next week sometime. I'm not sure when, but I hope to talk a bit more about Jeffrey Dahmer by then. I'll have watched the mini series on Netflix. So if there's anyone who wishes to join me and talk about it, please feel free to. But even if you don't and you just want to talk about things in general, like whatever, I don't care. My panel is an open panel for any kind of discussion, as long as you keep it respectful and you don't talk about, animals, and you don't talk about SA people, as in sex offenders, because they're two topics I don't want to talk about on my channel of any kind. So please feel free to join me next time. And until next time, stay cool, stay healthy, stay warm wherever you happen to be. Stay cool if you're in warming up weather states and countries. Stay really, really warm if you're in cold parts of the world. And please, if you can, check up on people who are in different parts of the world, because you never know when one of them might really need someone to talk to. It doesn't take much. If you're friends with people on Facebook from different parts of the world, send them a message now and again. Ask how they are. Ask how they're doing. Ask if they need anything. It's never too late to help somebody. If I could, I'll be honest with all of you, if I could help every single one of you that need help, I would in a heartbeat. But unfortunately, I can hardly help myself, let alone help each and every one of you. But all of you are amazing, and I love you all. And thank you so, so much for, like I said, past and present and hopeful future. People that have donated, people that have tuned into my lives, people that have stood by me, and people that have just encouraged me in general to keep my channel going. It means a lot to me, and I can't even express how much it means to me that I do have the support and the loyalty of beautiful people. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Be good. And if you can't be good, do something good for somebody else. If someone says they need help, help them. If someone says they need you to do something for them, hesitate, but ask what it is. All right, a helping hand doesn't go very far, but a helping mind, knowing if you want to help somebody, you don't have to help financially, just be there for them. Help them, just be happy, guys. If you can help me, PayPal's in the description, as I said. If you can't, that's cool. All right, guys, until next time, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Mwah. Bye.